What's up, everybody? Welcome back to A Trucker's Life. I'm Jorge Navarro. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've already been subscribed, welcome back, guys. And here we are, already picked up our load at Exxon, and now we're headed to an undisclosed location in Georgia. Hazmat load. Can't tell you where I'm going. Right in front of us there is my best friend Kevin right there and old Zeus. Y'all seen Zeus, let this guy go real quick. Y'all seen Zeus a few videos back when I was installing the air filters on the truck. That's old Zeus right there, running, ready to roll. He had to get a three axle alignment done on his truck because his tires were starting to eat up or wear a little funny. And so he just got that done. The 3-axle alignment. Then he went to the Peterbilt and got some recall stuff done. So he's good to go. Alright, Kev, you have yourself a good one. I got to split off and corner east. Going through Louisiana today. We ain't getting off in Louisiana. Love you guys, but yeah, things are a little more serious there than they are here in Texas. Not that things are not as serious here in Texas, but yeah, we're not going to be getting off too much over there. We're going to go straight on through, hopefully. I don't know, we might even have to stay in Louisiana. We're talking noise. We might even have to stay here because I don't have to stay there because I don't have a lot of hours left. Well, I got 7 hours and I'm barely leaving Houston. I don't know, I'll be all right probably. But yeah, starting off our work week, I delivered the load. That I brought from St. Louis earlier. That was actually a super easy load because all I did was drop the trailer. And then I picked up this one, which was another super easy. All I did was pick up the trailer. It was already loaded. And I didn't even have to take them another trailer, so those are my favorite. Oh, lazy. Oh, lazy butt. Yeah, sometimes. But no, that's just the way it was set up. Just the way it was set up. Some of you guys have been asking me questions about. I know I've already addressed this again, but if you're new to the channel, ask questions about why I don't film inside of where I unload and where I load at. Guys, I would love to be able to do that, just so you guys can see both ends of the load. You know, where it gets picked up. Well, all three ends, where it gets picked up, transport, and delivered. But unfortunately, we can't do that. We're not like warehouses where, you know, it's just a building, you pull in, you back up, and then you open your doors or whatever, and then you back in, and you get offloaded. We can't film inside the places where we load because there's a lot of patents on the processes of how they make all these chemicals. And it is a huge, huge no-no to film inside any of these plants. On both ends, because where you deliver is mostly it's where they're making a certain the end product of what I'm transporting. Most of the time they're finishing the product that they needed with that with my load. And so they have processes there too that they don't want other people to know, secrets of the trade. And that's why, unfortunately, I cannot film on either end, guys. I would love to, but that's just the way this industry is. And you gotta respect that. One, because it's their business and they want to protect themselves, and two, I don't want to lose my job. That one's more important for me than the first one. I don't want to lose my job. And the thing is, in the oil industry, or in the chemical industry, if they fire you, or if they kick you out of a facility, you're pretty much blacklisted, or however you want to call it. A lot of times for life. So it doesn't matter what other company you go put your truck in, or you lease onto, or whatever, you cannot go back to that facility no matter what. They keep a record of it, and as soon as they run your name and it says you've been banned, you're done. So you want to respect everything that these people ask you to respect and ask you to do. Because if you're continuing to be in the tankers, you need to be in good standing with all these people. So that's why I can't film in there, guys. I would love to, but unfortunately you cannot. So you're passing over the San Jacinto Bridge here. That's where it collapsed about a year ago. A barge hit that bridge and made it collapse. But yeah, guys, I'm going to put it in the wind, and I will be checking in with you guys a little bit later. Well, guys, we're on the 18-mile bridge here in Louisiana. Everything's been rolling smooth so far, so that's always great. When I was coming into the state, well, actually leaving Texas, this is the first time that I've been over here since things really got bad here in the state of Louisiana. And when I was coming into the state, I was noticing on the Texas inbound side that they were pulling all the cars in coming out of Louisiana. The trucks seemed like they were letting them go, but the cars themselves, they were pulling them on in. And matter of fact, I guess a distracted driver car in a vehicle passed up the exit, and a cop stepped out of the state trooper stepped out on the highway and stopped them and pulled them on in. So they're not playing with that, which is good, because I mean, all this should be taken very, very seriously regardless. So, but yeah, we're just here on this bridge chilling, just riding, listening to some music. Unfortunately, music that I can't let y'all hear. It is what it is. But anyways, guys, I want to talk about something that I don't really like talking about, but I've had the question asked quite a few times already, and is about how much money do I make? How much money can you make? If you're new to the channel, that's why you guys are asking. Those of you that have already been here with me for a while, already talked about this stuff, so y'all can skip on forward, or you know, watch the next video. But I am going to give you what I made last year. So if you guys are interested in knowing that, y'all can go ahead and stay for a little longer. But the reason I don't like talking about these things is because what is good for me is not good, may not be good for you. And when you talk about money, a lot of criticism comes out, and a lot of judgment comes out from those that are doing way better than I am, and those that are not doing as good could take the information wrong. A lot of factors. There's a lot of factors that you got to think about. One of the biggest things that draws money from you is fuel. Fuel is something that you got to do, because you got to keep on rolling. There's nothing you can do about it. So that is usually very, very expensive per year. The other one is truck repairs. Now, the reason I choose to lease a truck is because I really don't ever want to own one anymore, completely outright. Why? Because these things, the older they get, the more they start deteriorating, and the more money is going to have to come out of your pocket. Now, I had a Freightliner Cascadia like the one that just passed us, and that Freightliner took $36,000 out of my account, or out of my money that I could have taken home to my family for 1 year's worth of repairs. I'm not saying that a Freightliner is good, not saying that a Freightliner is bad. That was my experience. $36,000 for 1 year. Now, that's aside from the payment of the truck. Okay? So if I pay $36,000 a year on this new truck, or newer truck, well, this one was brand new, and I keep, I'm keeping almost, just the payment, that's just on payments. So I'm keeping the amount that I would have made on payments on the other truck. I don't have the exact numbers because I wasn't going to do this type of video, so I'm not going to be very specific about it, but let's say that I was going to pay $15,000 to $20,000 a year on the other truck on payments, plus the $36,000 on repairs. So that $15,000, I'm putting it in my pocket with a newer truck. Now, all the major components on this leased truck, guys, remember, I'm leasing this truck. All the major components on this truck, engine, transmission, rear end, the DEF system, all those major components are pretty much covered under the plan that I got with Peterbilt when I got this truck. For 500,000 miles or 5 years. Now, I've been running this truck about 100,000 miles a year. So that means after my 5 years are over with, it's time the warranty's gone. So yeah, if I am still here and if I'm still in a position to get a new one, then unfortunately Hot Chocolate's going to have to go, and then we're going to have to bring, get a new truck. And yes, I'm always going to be making payments on the truck. That's fine. But I make enough where I can sustain, I can maintain my family, make the payments on the truck, pay for fuel, and some repairs, and I'm still fine. So that's why I decided to do. Now, there are a lot of different lease purchase plans and lease plans out there. Some of the bigger companies, that like Prime or something, I've heard that they charge outrageous amount of money. But here I'm feeling that I'm making enough money to be able to be fine with the truck payment. Now, I'm not going to talk about the truck payment or any of those specifics. If you really want to know, just get it from the horse's mouth, and you can go to heniftransportation.com, talk to somebody there, and they'll give you the exact numbers on what you're going to be paying per week on these trucks. Now, I pay per week. Okay? So they're like, "What you think? Why not get a brand new truck? I mean, a truck from the dealership on your own." Well, because the payments would be a little bit higher than what I'm paying now, and it might, I'm not sure, but it's probably like 6 to 7 years on the truck. So at the end of the day, 500,000 miles, remember, will run out at 5 years, and then I'm still gonna have 2 years that I'm gonna have to still deal with major breakdowns. And the DEF system for these trucks to go out, you do not want to come out of pocket with that. Promise you that. I know on the Freightliner Cascadia, if the one box, look this up, guys, don't just take it from me. If a Freightliner Cascadia, the one box goes out, it's a $15,000 repair. And that is the system that holds the filters for the particular filters for your DEF system. 15 grand, guys. And the average lifetime of those are about 4 to 5 years. Some even sooner. The friend Gemini G7, his truck has, I think, under 400,000 miles, and he already had to replace his. Another person that I know has about 500,000 miles, and he replaced his about 100,000 miles ago. So $15,000 you have to have aside for that. I don't know what they cost on this truck, because it's a little bit of different system, but the one box is 15 grand if you want a brand new one. Of course, you can go get a used one for about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, but if they only have a life of 4 years, what makes you think that that one you just bought is not about to go out? So it's always smart to go new on that. Or, this is not telling you to do this, or you can, if you're not going to go to California, delete the system, which is way cheaper. You can go that route too. So that's the reason, that's my reasoning for leasing the truck. And a lot of companies, they lease you, you know, and here again, I'm not trying to talk bad about Freightliner, but most of the time they'll lease you a Freightliner, which don't hold up their value as well. Here I'm leasing, you see what I drive. Not to prop myself up or anything, but this is a nice truck. So what would you rather do? See, these type of things are things that I really don't like talking about, because what's good for me may not be good for you again. So, to address the elephant in the room, how much money did I make last year? Now, give it the last 2 months, November, December, I was not working as much, because remember, those of you that have been here a while, I was going through a lot of medical things, so I wasn't working. I wasn't really out over the road. I was doing a lot of dedicated there and back, and it was basically one load a week, and you know, I was making a lot less money. So the number is $140,000 is what I made last year. This year I'm already looking to probably make, so far, even with this, what's going on, I'm probably going to end up making probably 150 this year. Okay, if all goes well and everything kind of comes back online from here going forward. So, can you make decent money? Yes, you can. What is decent money? Those owner-operators that have been out here, that own their own truck and been out here for years, that might not be any money. Those of you that work for the mega carriers, that might be money. For me, it's enough. I'm keeping the bills paid, having money left over still, and being able to live a pretty modest life. So this is probably going to be the last time I address this, guys. I really don't like talking about money. I don't like giving advice on where to go work, because again, what works for me might not work for you. Can you go apply at Hennef? Yes, you can. Can you do okay? Yes, you could. But it also goes back to what you're willing to put into it. If you're willing to work hard and do what you got to do, then yeah, you can. You can even make more than I make. Okay? But if you're don't want to take any loads and just want to be home, and this is not for you, because you don't work, doesn't matter if you work or not, the payment's coming out every week. Think about that. So if you go on vacation for 2 or 3 weeks, when you get back, you're gonna have to they're gonna take those payments until you catch up, and it's gonna be a month until you catch up before you even see a penny. Unless you're just an awesome saver, which I'm not. That's always been my downfall. Can't never save any money, but that's my fault. That's just completely 100% my fault. And yes, I should be better with money, but unfortunately, I'm not. It just is what it is. So hopefully that's answered some of you guys' questions on how much money I made last year and the potential of money that you can make. Probably about 160, 170,000 if you really dedicate yourself just to work. I mean, I know guys that, and it also depends on your terminal too. If the terminal has the work, I know guys that are from Houston and they work out of a different terminal, out of a terminal up in Ohio. I think it's Ohio, and they do loads nothing but California and back, and those loads pay excellent. But those guys stay gone a couple months at a time too. So it just depends on what's going to work for you. They try to get it where it's going to fit your needs, but you got to remember, payments got to come out every week, and you still want to make money. So think about that. So yeah, guys, like I said, hopefully that answers your question. There are a lot of other channels out there that deal with, I know Asian Mai, his show is basically going through different companies, which ones pay better, yada yada yada. And then there's I know Make Sense talks about money. He talks about money on a lot of his stuff. So there are those channels. This is more, guys, an entertainment channel. It's more about my life story, and what I do to entertain myself when I'm out here on the road, and try to entertain you along the way. But it's not a informative channel as far as how to. And it's always going to be my opinion. None of it is, 100% etched in stone. I don't want you guys to think that either. But at the same time, I don't want to steer y'all in a direction where you're going to go hit a brick wall. Another question I was just asked was about trucking school. Like, where should we go? Where should I go? Where should that person go right now that this is going on? Well, right now there's really nobody that's open doing trucking schools really that I know of. I mean, as far as like community colleges or stuff like that, companies are probably still doing it, but if you don't want to go that company route, going through a mega carrier to get your license, and you're going to be stuck with a contract of 1 year to 2 years with them, if you don't want to go that route, then unfortunately you're going to have to wait until things open back up. And again, I don't want to steer you guys in the wrong direction, and then you end up going and hit a brick wall. But I do appreciate the questions, guys. I do appreciate the comments. Don't get me wrong. I really do appreciate all this stuff, and I really do like reading your comments and try to answering as many as I can. But it's just things that I think that's always gets in between is money. Money always gets in between everything, and it's the root of all evil, like they say. So to keep that away from the channel, that and politics, I just don't really talk about it. And because that's the worst thing, guys, to find out that you guys, that I steered somebody wrong, and now they're risking losing their house, their car, everything they worked hard for. I don't want that on my shoulders. And I'm pretty sure you guys can understand it. Some of you might not want it on yours either. So I do apologize, guys, for that. But like I said, there's different avenues to look for. There's other channels that just dedicate themselves to that. This is just to entertain and for you guys to have fun out here on the road. Those of you that don't drive trucks, and those of you that do, well, kind of shows you guys the things that you can do while you're out here. See this beautiful country and enjoy it. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys got the information you needed. Guys, please Don't forget to love one another. Help anybody that needs help. Anybody contemplating suicide, 1-800-273-8255. Military men and women, thank you so much for your service. And I know a lot of you suffer with depression and all that stuff that happens after you come back. Just know that I do care and I do love you guys, because you put your life on the line for me and my family. So if nobody else tells you they love you, I do love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Even if I don't know you, you put your life on the line for me and my family, and that is worthy of all the love and all the support and all the help that I could give. And I'm showing my kids to respect also military men and women, and if they want to go to the military, hey, go for it. That being said, guys, thank you for joining me one more time. Please be safe. Peace. Like always, I'm out of here.